Way over.
Way over.
Way over.
You start questioning everything at that point. I mean, you're not sure if it's, you can see the hunters getting frustrated, and you're just wondering, why? What's happening here?
Tonight's headline, South Vietnam surrenders and the communists occupy Saigon.
The year was 1975, and I was selling memberships to a national hunting club part-time while dealing used auto parts as my real job. With no money, no experience, I got the idea of starting a club of my own, sharing the unique culture of hunting across the Lone Star State. Our first magazine was called Texas Hunters Hotline, and it was an instant success. As the stories grew and the pages increased, so did the membership for the Texas Trophy Hunters Association, and the magazine took on the same name. Soon, we created the first Hunters Extravaganza that had never been done before. And in 1998 came the television show, Journal of the Texas Trophy Hunters. I'm Jerry Johnston. Join us as we chronicle the people, the culture, and the experience that is the Journal of the Texas Trophy Hunters.
Hey, look at that right there. There's an antelope. Look at that antelope. You see him? We're hunting near Corona, New Mexico, basically a desert with occasional rain, but other than the antelope and a few cows, it's pretty desolate. Real desolate country, a few little mountains, mostly cholla flats.
It's been more than 13 or 14 years since I was last in New Mexico. My good friend Marty from Corpus Christi came along with me on this trip. Our guide, Tony Grimmett, has had this ranch leased for 4 or 5 years. He knows it like the back of his hand.
It's 30 degrees, nice cold chilly morning. Looking for monster antelope in central New Mexico.
Tony's famous for 2 things, big pronghorn and a dirty pickup.
Whoa, stop.
Where you got it?
Out in front. Big one. It's a good one. See him up there?
Where are you looking?
He doesn't have he broke on the front fork on the right.
Once we stopped in Glass, we found out real quick that we got to set up a few ground rules.
It's right, just as horn guy went over the hill.
Okay, the truck's always at 12. What o'clock are you
2
looking?
o'clock, 3 o'clock. Look at my binoculars. I'm looking right where I last saw him. I felt like I was trapped in a box with a little hole in it. That's what I felt like.
I can't remember driving this many hours the last time I was out here, but it's what it takes. You gotta drive, spot, glass, and try to get lucky.
It was just great to see an antelope, and I'm not a huge antelope hunter, so it's, it's a completely different species, and it's just fun. I mean, it was great to see that antelope and how quick they could move and fast, how much country they could cover. It was just, it was wonderful. I knew it was going to be a great hunt. Well, riding along with Tony is really interesting. You get on the place and you're seeing the animals for the first time, but he's been kind of living with them. He has them nicknamed if it's recognizable and big enough, and so we're looking for animals he was reviewing during the summer and watching them grow. It's fantastic.
Tony spots a buck way out there.
He's the front one to the left.
I never shot anything over 725 yards, so shooting 1,000 yards, it doesn't sound like it's that much difference, but it is a lot of difference.
There's no way you could record this with a cell phone, is there, Tony? 'Cause my camera is a dot. It's a dot.
You put it on 20 for 1,000 yards.
Let's set it for you. Let's try it. 1,075 yard shot. Ain't nothing. Say it real fast.
I'm not gonna claim that I've been on 100 antelope hunts, but I'll tell you one thing. I've never seen anybody shoot at something that was over 1,000 yards away. That's 1,000 right on the money. Don't put no misses in my gun, please.
trap right here, Jerry.
He's just a tad over 1,000. And if you just aim right on, I think you'll be fine because you're going downhill, it's gonna pick up a little speed. Marty may have bit off more than he can chew.
The Journal of the Texas Trophy Hunters is made possible through a partnership with Kubota. For every task, every terrain, there's a Kubota dealer in your area. Sniper hunting products, changing the game of wireless game cameras. And Horizon Firearms, custom long-range rifles and accessories.
That's 1,000 right on the money. Don't put no misses in my gun, please.
We're headed down there to get good location. Tony was back with the spot and scope, and I know Tony didn't know my shooting ability or Jerry's gun or anything else. He's thinking this won't take long. We'll be headed back to town. We'll get this over with. I never shot anything over 725 yards, so shooting 1,000 yards, it doesn't sound like it's that much difference, but it is a lot of difference. It's a whole lot of difference. There's a lot of things that can go wrong once that bullet leaves that barrel. Luckily, the wind was lower, but you don't know just because it's low where you're at, what it's doing somewhere else. So shooting 1,000 yards, I'm not gonna say it's all luck, but you need a few things going your way for sure.
He's just a tad over 1,000. We've got this antelope right where we want him. There's only one thing. He's a good 1,000 yards. Tony uses his iPhone to video through his spotting scope. Otherwise, the camera wouldn't be able to tell which antelope that Marty was shooting at.
I got him good now. I didn't have any confidence in Jerry's gun, but I had 100% confidence in what Jerry was telling me. The opportunity was perfect. He was broadside.
I had both my fingers crossed on this shot. Just take your time.
I am. Just hold on a second. I think we just got us an antelope.
You dropped that sucker dead stone cold.
I think we just killed an antelope. Now we'll have to go see what we killed. That was awesome. Thank you, Jerry. I enjoyed it, man. That was awesome. I can't tell you. Pretty good piece of equipment here.
It's a pretty good piece of equipment.
Wow.
It sure is.
That's something else. Ain't the record, but it's my personal record. I can tell you that.
I know it's your record antelope. That's for
Oh yeah,
that's an 80 plus, man.
It looks big. Looks good. Wow.
I couldn't believe it. I was proud of him.
Great shot,
Thank you, man.
Great
Thank you.
shot. He's down right over there.
That was awesome. That was great. I appreciate it, Tony. You did wonderful.
It worked just like you read about, didn't it?
Just like you read about, baby. Just like you read about. Jerry, he's grinning like a possum. He's so proud of that rifle. I'm telling you, at that time, he had the most powerful thunder stick in all of New Mexico. We're gonna run out of daylight.
Is that the farthest decline a shot one at?
It is. 983 is the farthest we had prior to that, and that
he was like
that was right at
1,075.
1,020, something like that.
Right here, right there.
Look at them things. This horn used to just go straight back.
Okay.
And just like that. And it looked like it kicked. So that's why we call them right
They're not
kick.
very big, are they?
No, they're about 140.
Is this an 80s class?
Oh yeah.
You got good heavy.
Even with the brake, probably.
Perfect.
Out the other
Perfect.
side.
Perfect.
Out
Right
the other
where the shoulders come out of the body.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Thank you for allowing me to
I
attend this trip with
appreciate you not putting no misses in my gun.
I tried not to put a miss in. I was going to tell you the gun was off. Well, that was the first pronghorn that I actually shot. I've been on another hunt, and on that hunt, it was jokingly, I did not want to shoot the animal. I felt like he was too close. For some reason, I just didn't want to shoot it. And on this hunt, it was just the opposite. The animal was so far away that it was a completely different deal. So when you finally get up to one, that was the first time I actually got to handle a pronghorn. It was very unique. Plus, knowing the mass it had and the size of it, it was fun to touch one on finally.
It's gonna make that head look way bigger and better. Good. Oh, too much. Right there first. Lower the nose.
Well, I think after you shoot an animal that far, you're just happy to see that he went straight down and it was a clean kill. And it was a fabulous animal, just a gorgeous animal. So I really got a bonus for that. I got a long-range shot on a really trophy animal.
Up better.
It's a great day to be alive in the United States of America. We're
Say cheese, suckers.
get to come out here and enjoy ourselves hunting these pronghorn and forget about our troubles and worries back home for maybe just a few days and have a really good time with your friends.
Lower the nose.
I felt like if Marty can do it with my gun, certainly I can do it with my gun. Little did I know, though, my world was going to turn into a shooting nightmare.
Wait, 10 foot over the top of
Well, I can tell I didn't hit him. He's running off.
Well, I know, but you missed him, okay?
This segment of the Journal of the Texas Trophy Hunters is made possible through a partnership with Horizon Firearms, custom long-range rifles and accessories.
Usually after we take an animal, I always like to document it. I was raised by, my dad documented all the hunts I was on. We look back now and I'm really happy that he did.
There you go.
On our second day, it was Jerry's gonna be up. It's his turn to shoot one and got an early start, got out there real early and we started looking for the right animal. The pronghorn, the American pronghorn, what I think is so interesting about it, it's really its own species. It's not an antelope. It's not an antelope, it's an American pronghorn. It's a very unique animal. Doesn't have anybody else, no cousins, nothing else, that's it.
Tony has spotted a group of antelope, and they're well within range, not nearly 1,000 yards. We had the sun to our back and the wind in our face. And in this area of the ranch, there's plenty of cover to help us get closer.
There was probably 35 in there at least, and since there's so many eyes, they decided they wanted to pursue on foot and leave me back at the truck.
Off the side of this ridge, all we really could see was just little white spots, but Tony, being the guide that he was, he knew it was the group of antelope that we were after. There was plenty of cholla in between that would give us a little bit of cover to get up to where we could at least get the spot and scope down. It seemed like every foot that we got closer, Tony was getting a better look at this one particular buck. I didn't have a clue what was happening, but the whole herd seemed to move away from us for no reason that I could see. That meant we had to move as well. Tony gave me the go-ahead, but we had no shooting sticks. And in the country we were in, there weren't any high spots. Once I finally got on the ground, I found out there was cholla in front of me and behind me. It was beginning to dawn on me, this was not a good plan. I just heard Tony say, the antelope, they're taking off. They were going fast. I had no idea what spooked those antelope.
We were low enough on the hill. When he topped out over there, I looked back, you could see him like a sore thumb with that cowboy hat. Well, let's ease back and go get the truck and we'll redo her. I know what
Where was this guy at? Who spooked him? Who spooked him?
Marty.
Where's he at?
Fine. Does that look like a sore thumb skyline or what?
Yep.
No, I've been sitting back here watching I've got 100 pictures you can look at. They tried to blame it on me. I've been taking pictures of them. I got back about 150 yards behind them. So I was taking pictures the whole time, always trying to think ahead. You need to document these deals, but that didn't work out for them. Oh, absolutely they blame me. They couldn't blame themselves. That never works. They had to blame somebody. Little do they know, it was, it's probably the airplane that flew by. There was a single engine that flew by real low, and that's right when they spooked. Anyway, we all do better. Y'all are learning.
It's gonna be a long hunt. Tony's old pickup's got over 300,000 miles on it. Most of that was from driving on this one single ranch. Tony spotted this group that he thinks is the same group, and they're going to water down there at that windmill. Seems like every time we saw a group of antelope and there was something in there interesting, they started moving off. And there's one buck in there.
Just walked up to a group of does. You still got him, Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Going up. He's now with the third antelope from the right. He's on the backside. Now you can see his body, not his head. Just picked his head up. Broadside. He's the fourth animal from the right, Jerry. So the one straight over the green bush, walking straight away is a good one, and down low to the right's a good one. See the one broadside, Jerry, again? Down low? Right, farthest from the right, low is good. It's good to go, Superboy.
I was beginning to think I was one of the members of the Three Stooges, and everybody had an opinion on what I ought to do.
I know, but the one on the far right and the far right and
There's so many of them out there. I don't have a clue what y'all talking about.
Okay,
Far
so
right, far left, up above the other ones.
The only thing is, the wind's blowing 30 miles an hour. He's 1,025 yards away.
Looks like it hit high.
It's real high. You were up way 10 foot over the top of
Well,
it.
I can tell I didn't hit him. He's running off.
Well, I know, but you missed him. Okay. You feel like you were good on him, or?
Yeah.
He's
I
the
sure
next
thought I
county.
was.
He'll be the next.
Several feet high.
Man, he missed by a mile. It wasn't even close. I've hunted with Jerry. I've known him to be a good shot, but I was fairly shocked, really. The antelope left, you kind of get that deflated feeling.
My heart just sank. I'm about to find out what disappointment is really like.
Closed captioning for the Journal of the Texas Trophy Hunters is made possible through a partnership with Sniper Hunting Products, changing the game in wireless game cameras.
I had one in front of me. Marty walks up, spooks the group. After about an hour, we got up on this buck again. I finally get a chance to take a shot, and that did not go well. I'm telling you, I'm losing it.
Where are they from there?
Over here, way back around the right.
They're over here.
I don't know how he did it, but Tony got us back on that same group of antelope and that same buck. What seemed like forever, I finally get a chance for a shot as the buck moves out to the farthest right.
By himself, bro. Shot to the right of him, 8 feet. 8 feet to the right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My confidence in myself was going down. I had no idea what was causing it.
Were you reaching that green bag?
I've missed twice, and the next hour and a half were just a blur.
There you go.
Another miss, and then another miss, and then another miss, and you're finally getting real frustrated.
Way over.
You start questioning everything at that point. I mean, you're not sure if it's. You can see the hunters getting frustrated. Our guide was maintaining calm best he could, and you're just wondering why, what's happening here.
Each time I missed, all that came through my head was, what next? What's going to happen now?
Somewhere between 8 and 10 misses. The last miss, perfect shot, dead solid. I was watching him, and he shoots, and the bullet was at least 10 to 20 feet above the animal. And we immediately jerked the bolt out of the rifle and bore sighted it on a cholla bush at about 200 yards and realized something's wrong with the scope. Shortly thereafter, the 10th miracle of the day, there's the antelope. He appears again. We get out, and I knew then, this is it. We were scrambling, and I ran to the truck, and I got my gun out and raced back and handed it to Jerry.
Marty grabs my gun and hands me his. By this time, we were into our last 30 minutes of light. And when Marty handed me that rifle, I knew it was my last chance.
When that safety went off on my gun, I knew that animal was going to fall. I had 100% confidence in the hunter and his ability, and I knew that gun was dead, solid, perfect at that range.
Go down right there.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. By golly, we almost put a miss in my gun. I was getting real worried there. Whoa,
Boy, it's pretty. Nice buck, Jerry.
I'm telling you,
that's a fighting score.
I never, the ones I've killed are stopped, they stop right here. Oh boy, beautiful antelope. Beautiful antelope.
It really was a heck of a good time. It was a good time to go out here and be with good friends, meet new friends. It's exciting. It's really exciting.
After all of this, and as much fun as he's poked at me, I still have to bow down and say, Marty, thank you for letting me use your rifle.
What a way to end the day, guys. I can't think of a better way to end it than like this. Jerry, congratulations. It's always a pleasure hunting with you. I enjoy the heck out of it. Tony, as always, I always like meeting new friends, and you're one of them now. I'll tell you, you did us a great job.
We're cousins now.
We're all cousins?
All cousins now.
Cousin Antelope.
Yep.
As much as I embarrassed myself, I'd come back and do this again.
No, but I would like to do like a pedestal deal though.
Every trip, hunting and fishing that I've ever been with Marty Berry always turns out with something worth remembering.
The Journal of the Texas Trophy Hunters is made possible through a partnership with Kubota. For every task, every terrain, there's a Kubota dealer in your area. Sniper Hunting Products, changing the game of wireless game cameras. And Horizon Firearms, custom long-range rifles and accessories.